I got a couple hearts on a free giveaway pile at a yard sale, and we're going to make some earrings out of them today. This is what I use to cut small circles, and actually even I cut 4-inch circles on this as well. This is a lens cutter, and it's really handy. You can set your diameter here, and then it just tightens up with a little set screw. I'm not going to prep these hearts at all. I'm not even going to take them apart. I'm just going to put them right under here. And score a circle. Do that same thing to the other side. Make sure we can get the whole circle in. There we go. And we even have a little tiny bit left that we'll probably be able to make a necklace or something out. Whoever made these was really good at soldering, and this soldering is tight. And I'm not going to heat up a soldering iron and try to unsolder it. We're just going to try to extract these circles the way they are. So I'm using the set screw on my breaking pliers. If you have larger circles, you can actually use like a piece of cardboard and push down on the circle and it'll usually pop out, but not for a 1-inch circle. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to do to try to get this out nice and safely is I'm going to use my regular glass cutter, and I'm just going to score all the way around this and try to break it out that way. Here goes nothing. Definitely be wearing safety glasses when you do something like this. And we have success. Look at that. Perfect. And now it'll be easier to break out. So now we're just going to take our breaking pliers and we're going to go around the edge. It's breaking really nicely. Look at the texture on this glass. It's hard to see here, but it is very dark cobalt blue and it has really nice texture. It's going to be lovely. All right, so now we're going to grind them because they're not perfect circles. So we are going to use this wet saw grinder right here. And I'm going to use Nick's grinder meat so that I don't cut myself. So you just want to grab it, you want to get it a little bit wet. And just make it a circle. These tiny circles definitely require the most grinding. With a textured glass like this, I'm going to flip it over and get the other side too because of the texture. Alright, so next we're going to foil. I like to use this scalloped foil for my circles. I just think that it gives it a really cool edge. And then for my regular pieces that are not circles, I'm just going to use a regular foil. This is my dispenser that I use to dispense my foil. So this is pretty thick. I'll probably use 1/4-inch foil for this glass. I use 1/4-inch and I use 7/32 the most. Now this dispenser is also a crimper, but for tiny pieces I like to hand do it just to make sure that it gets centered really nice and evenly. Use a little tiny scissors. And then you just want to make sure that the edges are down really good. This is called burnishing. And then I'm going to use a burnishing tool that I use that I get from Amazon, and I'll put this in the link. This is actually for scrapbooking. Now it's time to solder. I use Mastercraft lead-free solder, and my soldering pen is set at 410. When you use lead-free solder, you definitely want to run your iron hotter, but you'll find that sweet spot. The other thing is to clean it, you don't want to use any water. You want to use a brass cleaning ball, and you just clean it off like this. And if it seems like it needs to be re-tinned, I use this tip tinner, and you just touch it into the tip tinner. It kind of like liquefies. It's really cool. And then we're ready to solder. I use, my favorite flux is this Canfield Technologies Blue Glass Flux. I keep everything in little tiny containers, and I use a foam brush to apply my flux. And I'm gonna apply it just generously to every piece. Now, these are tiny pieces, so they're gonna jump. So I use my solder to hold them in place as I'm soldering. For jump rings, I like to use a 3rd arm. And I take the jump ring, and the part that opens is what you want to go in the pool of solder. We're gonna take that, we're gonna dip it right in the flux, but only the bottom part. You don't wanna dip the whole thing, because if it totally fills up with flux, then the solder is going to fill in your whole jump ring. So we don't want that to happen. Usually there's enough on your solder tip to start this process. Just gonna put it to the job. We're just gonna touch it. You hear it go, tss. Let it sit for a second. Ta-da. Time to clean them up and then patina them. So to clean up and to clean off the patina. So to clean off the flux and to clean off the patina, I use this quick clean. Just gonna spray it kind of generously. And I use Target brand paper towels for everything. They don't they don't support me or sponsor me, but Target paper towels are the best for this process. Bounty are too absorbent. For the patina, we're gonna just roll up a paper towel and then dip it in the patina. I use Novacan black patina. Just dip it in there. Just gonna generously apply it to all the solder. You don't have to patina. I like to patina them so that they have an antique look to them. You can see without patina and with patina. It's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but I like them to just have that antique look to the metal around the edge, because it just makes the glass be just so much more vibrant and beautiful. Okay, to clean the patina off, we're going to use the quick clean again. This time we're going to really just be a lot more generous and get both sides of all the pieces. And then you want to make sure that you dry them really well so that you avoid getting white mold, which looks a little bit like a tarnish. I'm trying to avoid that. And then I just use paper towels to clean them all off.